Take this last one. And I'm going to tuck this one inside that loop for about 1/2 inch. Back out. Okay. So now, pull it up past, check it up a little bit, trim it off, pull it down. This one, tucks inside that one. Check it up, cut it off. And I wish I had more hands. Okay. Then, where it comes out the side down here, pull it. Take the straight pin out. Okay. We can check it up. Cut it off. And you've got a smooth taper down to 1 strand. That's a cool way to taper the 4 plate down to 1 strand. Then the angle becomes quite harsh for a bit here because we're only doing the 275 paracord. And the black will completely disappear. I'm going to tighten every 8 plates because I just want to snug everything down. I don't want this to be a stiff spot. And then when it rolls, it'll relax. I'm going to just snug it. The neat part is any black that shows through doesn't look like it's too far out from where it should be because this has black in it too. And there's probably better ways of doing it, and if you like the way you do it and you have a better method than what I just showed you, please share. I will gladly adopt other practices. This has some advantages, it has some disadvantages. That's always the case with anything you do. Snug it up. Notice the change in pitch and also diameter as you go down because you're dropping, the strands are dropping internally, leaving no fuzz, which is nice. It's kind of a cool way to have fewer pokies in a whip. If you come up again with better ideas, please share them with me. I'm just inventing it and being creative as I go because that's who I am and what I do. So Please like, share, and subscribe my videos. Subscribe to my videos if you like what I'm doing, and I'll continue to try and share with y'all. I don't have a large following because I haven't really pushed trying to get people to the channel, and not that many people are obsessed with whip making. So it's a small community. Ones that are obsessed with it make their own. Now, like what they do. They make beautiful stuff. Some people make much more refined whips. Okay, so now we're down to just one strand. You can see the diameter changes nice and smooth. Okay, now for the interesting magic. Before you snug up this last one, so you don't get gotchas, actually backpedal this 1/8 of an inch, cut it off flush. Pull down. Now it's still tucked out. A lot of times that'll let you get away with it. You won't get any little gotchas. Okay, so there's 8 past where we were. Now for the fun stuff. So I'm going to tighten this up. Put the pin in the bottom. Well, I'm going to put it in the bottom pair. Try not to jam the pin into your hand because it's not as comfortable as it looks. I am joking, of course. Okay, so the end of this, it helps to have it freshly cut off. Same treatment we did with the other. We're going to round it out a little bit. Okay, so it's poked inside this. Okay, so this top one that normally would go around and through, I'm going to tuck into the bottom left sheath. And I'm going to put it in the length of this needle, which is about 3.5 inches. If I can get this needle in. Otherwise, I have to go get a different. I'm going to have to go get a different needle. Okay. Please hold. That's why you have different size needles. Okay, so this requires that the end of this be very conical shaped, very cone shaped and smooth. This is a Tandy leather needle, small, that's been sanded down till it's actually sharp. Then I'm going to screw it onto this little cone end. And it's got a hold, so it has to have enough of a cone. There can't be any burr to it. There's a little bit of a burr. You can sometimes take it off by torching it again. Okay, so top right, we're going to straighten it out, give it a half turn, come underneath and penetrate the core of the bottom strand on the left side. We're going to try and stay in the core once we penetrate it. There's a bit of a trick to this. Most of it is keeping the paracord straight as you push it. Okay, so I'm going to push it in. I'm going to try and shut this up gently. Take the pin out for a second. There's that whole burr problem. Okay, I'm going to cut this at an angle. Roll it. Put the needle back on. You have to get it pretty darn smooth, or it will try and gum up the works. Okay. It has a whole bunch of twists. Pull it, rotate it around, hold it through the sheath. And pinch it. Okay. So that is now a double sheath. Back it up a little bit, cut it off. This side, which is the top one, again, you don't want the big floof out on the end. Cut it at a little bit of an angle so you have a fresh surface. Toast it, roll it. You have to roll it fairly quickly. Put the needle on this one. Okay. This one is going to pierce the backside of this strand. In the center. Once in a while, you may have to grab it with a pair of pliers, because I don't, and it may not be smooth enough to come through, in which case it will hang up, which is no fun. But try it again. So if you mess one up where the strand gets not pretty, you can always reverse which one goes through which one. So that's what we're going to do. And hope for the best. You want as smooth of a cone as you can get so that it doesn't do that. You want to make sure there's not any burrs. Sometimes if there's a burr and you can find it, you can snip it off and it still will be good enough to pull inside. So take this strand, penetrate the core of it. Okay. Okay. So here's one of the interesting little secrets. You get these two, you figure out where the strand drops, back it up to the same place, and cut it off. Now, if you've ever done a twisted finish to the whip, first off, this won't come undone. The braiding won't come undone because it's anchored. Notice I'm not using straight pins. And Now you'll see the twist is 4 strands of 275 being twisted together. And it drops to be 2 strands of 275 twisted together. Then to finish this, what you can do is you can put a pin in it because it's fabric. Try not to zap yourself. Again, okay, this one's sharp. You had a needle on it. Okay, so to bleed knot end this off, so right where this is, everybody see that? You come from the bottom. So the bottom strand always comes through the top.